Well, Dr. Brower's really student-oriented. He's as kind and personable as he is knowledgeable. Dr. Brower always treats each student as individuals having their own personalities. He takes the time to get to know you. He is very generous with his time. All around, he's just a good man, Charlie Brown.
I think that I'm really committed to helping students understand what makes their interests tick. There's a kind of self-reflection that is involved in the way that I teach the humanities. In order to, I tend to teach a kind of train of logic or a train of steps that go into any kind of interpretation or any kind of critical approach. So what moves you, right? What is interesting to you about this particular moment in this text, this scene in this film? What is grabbing you about it? Okay. Figure out what grabs you and then interrogate it, right? What about it? Is it the way that it's shot? Is it the way that the world is constructed? Is it the way that that moment is comprising a sequence or constituting a sequence? The idea being that you move from what seems to be interesting you to an interrogation of that interest and then to an interpretation. And so I insist constantly to my students that you don't learn vocabulary for merely academic purposes, right? So that you could pass a test. You learn this so that you can make finer observations, resulting in better interpretations, resulting in more interesting arguments. So I'm trying to teach students, how to be more interested and interesting viewers.
The idea of an asymptote is it is the marking of an absolute limit. What Bazin is saying here is that film, and even more precisely, the neorealist conception of film, has as its goal coming as close as possible to the asymptote of reality, to reality as such.
I treat every semester as a blank slate. I look at the size of the class, I look at the classroom, I look at the material that I'm teaching, I try to figure out the best way to get the material across. Obviously, I'm incredibly gratified by the award, but I want to resist as much as possible the idea that, oh yeah, okay, great teacher, right? I'm gonna I guess it's done and dusted, right? I want to keep working, right? I want to keep getting better as a teacher because my students are changing. It's a different group of students every semester, and so I have to adjust as well. So this is nice. It feels great, but it's not the end of the job, right? It's a point at the beginning.